Hello, people. Welcome back to Renaissance Cup, and we're back for another match at the quarterfinals in the lower brackets, which is Duski versus Yamfan. They're currently doing the second warm-up, but we finally get our casters here, and I'm quite excited for this match. Duski being very strong 21st seed. I think he's definitely underseeded because of the quarterfinals being a lot harder, and having a clear weakness usually tank will score quite hard, and his weakness is a lot more unique compared to everybody being power up 2. And usually, if you got a lower score on a pick that everyone can play well, then you kind of drop your scores by quite a bit. So the rank dropping down to a bit lower. And we got Yamfan, who is a awesome player, very high ranked player. Did unfortunately got upset in the first round, but I would say that because the pool was a bit easier and he got against Gundam, which is a very strong player, and he wasn't skill cap. And now on the skill cap, I'm pretty sure Yamfan's is also going to be stronger than what we saw on the earlier stage. So that makes a very close match. I think both of these players are in pretty close skill sets. I think this pool is kind of perfect for both of them. Duski probably banning out some of the more hard rock mechanics picks, and Yamfan probably banning out no more for like usual. Especially being a full art, stuff like number 4 is a lot harder to learn when there are more single tappy elements inside. So we just finished the second warm-up and we're doing picks and bans very soon. So roll time. And then meanwhile, it's not only me anymore, so we got someone else cover up with me during the cast. So I got GT here. Hello, how are you doing, GT?
Hello, doing fine. A little bit impromptu to join the stream. I mean, I am streaming it, but yeah.
Thank you, cause I'm kinda not in the mood to solo cast, honestly. But
and I'm not in the mood to leave you alone.
Thanks, mate. I need someone to be with me currently. So, going for picks and bans, and we do see Duski going for ban second, pick first, and Yamfan probably gonna be banning out no more 4. I think it's a very expected ban. Paradox.
Yeah, that's the SV map, the pool gone.
Very predictable. He has been banning out every single normal 4 every match. Not really like a SV player, and with Duski being more, I would say, practice heavy player. Not surprised that it's gone. Normal skill cap stuff, it's gone from the pool, and Duski probably banning out Hard Rock too, as usual. He kinda bans Hard Rock also every single match, so very expected ban from both of these guys, just banning out their weakness, and I would say it's a perfectly fine ban for both of them.
Yeah, very obvious bans, and now the pick as well. Another no-brainer here. Duski gonna go straight for HD1.
Yeah, probably Duski gonna go for mostly the HD picks, I'm pretty sure. More of a more practice heavy guy, and something that is more like this week's season 1, a bit practice heavy stuff. Not surprised that it's gonna be picked for Duski. Sorting out the streams.
Oh no, I think I have the same problem as Ender.
What is happening?
I don't know.
Did you download the maps?
Yes, I did.
Separately?
Yes.
Wait, what is happening then? That is so interesting.
Alright, I think we're back.
I need to hear this song. Are we hearing the song? Yeah, let's go.
A lot of things going on.
Effectively, we only missed the single tap sessions, but we'll be on to the real meats right here when there's more snapping changes. And of course, Yamfan being slightly bit weaker on hidden, still pretty decent at hidden, but not Duski level. Look at Duski level. Only 2 100 so far in this map.
Yeah. A lot of different snapping changes in this map, and it seems like Duski has good control. 98% still quite impressive, I have to say, for this map.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff in this map, and it's very easy for players to drop loads of accuracy. And Duski actually, I think, almost reached top 10 as well in both of the qualifiers HD picks. So Duski is definitely one of the stronger players despite being 21st seed in Hidden. Again, all comes down to the 30th something seed on Hard Rock here. And both players finding a break, and that plays well for Duskies because that means no recovery from Yamfan and no chance for them to come back unless they drop 2 more times.
A little bit of a tough section in the middle. It's quite hard. I think it's mostly it's the biggest choke point in the map, and both players will find a miss. And yeah, we'll see if Yamfan's inability to play like map like Nomad 4 might come back to bite him. Especially given how like on paper Duski is getting 2 free points on the HD, but we'll see.
Yeah. Duski been, after all, one of the best players on HD. And honestly, I think this was actually kind of similar towards Nomad 6, but just without Hidden. So I think that's also pretty good Duski pick. Of course, Yamfan got all the speed stuff for him, but now he's just going to be suffering this loss on HD win, which honestly is not too shabby of a score either. Be able to achieve 900k on a pick, on a pretty weird HD pick, is still respectable score from them.
Yeah, meanwhile, Duski on the other side will close out the 1 million total score on this HD1, despite that one miss.
Well, let's see what Yamfan's gonna pick next. I do believe they have the double time picks, which I would say quite benefit towards them, and I think those are very solid for them to go for.
Ooh, we'll see HR1. Okay.
They instantly just going for opponent's weakness.
Yep. Offhand, it's in the difficulty name and it's in the map as well. Bunch of weird, I don't know, people say Chinese patterns, sure, if you wanna call it that. But to those who are unaware of the definition, just some weird 1/6 patterns, some offhands here and there, and of course all of this at relatively high BPM, 193.
Yeah, I think this is quite a tough map to act. Not exactly to lead, but I've been seeing this struggling tiny bit as well on last weekend's Harbor 1 as well. Despite being mostly 196 BPM scroll speed, so this with same amount of like offense, actually even weirder in this map, but short the patternings, we still see some players finding some drops in a map like this. And after all, also OD 9.8, and with the amount of DPKK players in Europe in general, I think OD 9.8 is a lot harder than most of the other region. So going for the Daria core pick here from Yamfan, straight going for opponent's weakness. Let's see how it turns out. Alright, so at the start we got the very quiet 1-4 session that I think it's actually kinda hard to tell. It's got much visual read it in a way, unless you truly understand the layouts of that part. Moving on to into the lead of the map soon, we're going to see some 1-6 and 1-4, but mostly still pretty short until we got to around 500 combo mark.
Before that, we're gonna see Duski find a miss. I was gonna say maybe the SV is still kind of in the comfortable territory, but that miss is gonna be what makes the difference right now. 12,000 points opening up for Yamfan.
Yeah, last weekend, like I mentioned, already 190 BPM hard rock is kind of giving players a little bit of a struggle in terms of hard rock leading, and this is basically the same map again, so same SV again, except with some slowdown parts. But last weekend also have sessions that are completely free. So kind of the same. You can see some of these harder sessions, speed up sessions may still give players a bit of trouble. And after the start, we'll be on to the stream. This part before the stream. We're gonna see some launcher after this. And 1/3.
Ooh, and that's a single tap miss here from Duski. But, you know, not really gonna matter if Yamfan is still holding on to this FC, and now we're hitting the speed slash 1/3 section.
Alright, that's a tricky 160 and another one. Norman finds a break on it pretty well, but we'll be jumping back to another longer stream sessions and Stuxy dropping loads of 100s, keep hitting too early, especially that 1/1/6 swap. And now onto the offhand sessions, offbeat sessions, which could be kind of weird to play. And you will also hear some mist sound that is not real, because those are on the sound.
Duski hitting a lot of 100s, and that's gonna dash the chance of coming back in this map.
Yeah, I'm already wishing to the end of the map. We still have a couple of streams left, but don't think it's recoverable from Duski. There's no accuracy from them, especially with a trade from both. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, unfortunately, no FC here on Yamfan. Just about missing on the 1 million mark.
This laugh from Dio never tires me. It's awesome. But yeah, Yamfan definitely gonna be laughing quite a lot after that win. Very good score difference. I mean, more than 2 misses even. So on accuracy map, so a huge difference I would say on this map. Now it's Duski pick, and that is still hidden to alive.
A little bit of a risky pick, perhaps, given the relatively high BPM. And it's a little bit combo gameable, I think, if you can memorize the middle section.
Yeah, true.
Could lose quite a bit of points to combo, which is kind of scary for this HD2. It's really just one dislike in the middle, as long as you got the long streams under control.
I still think Hidden 2 and No More 6 is a good pick for Duski. After it, I guess he can go for something like No More 1. But yeah, like I mentioned, most of the picks are kind of unsafe. I do believe free mod... Actually, no, the free mod is also quite not friendly towards the DKK players, but maybe friendly towards accuracy mod players, because this weekend free mod are so much harder to mod, even including free mod, and we do see system duality as a second pick here from Duski, not going for the other metal song and instead going for the free moddable score. 1.
Yeah, interesting. Probably gonna see a HD versus HR battle right now, I assume.
Oh, don't worry, I assume that as well.
Yeah. I think this map is a tad bit HD favored, so yeah, maybe
I absolutely agree.
Yeah, maybe a bit Dusty favored as well. So we'll see.
If the S3 being, let's say, a lot quicker in most sessions, we do see Yamfan also gonna be opting for HD, not instead of the hard rock.
Alright, some HD3 action here in our free mod 1. You know, if Dusty wins this, it does give a little bit of momentum. So you can pick like HD2 after, perhaps. I don't want to say they are like completely the same map, but they are not completely different either.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely agree with that statement there. Showing that you are just comfortable in HD in general, a lot higher in terms of accuracy, but you can see the difference between Hidden 1 and Hidden 2. Yamfan is doing a lot better in slow speed. It's a lot comfy for them.
Right. Now the stream start. Duski's holding on to that SS. But Yamfan not far behind, just a few hundreds.
Especially in this map, it's easy to knock block with some of the hard to read monos right there. Yamfan is going to be the first one being claimed victim in terms of the offhand patterning, and it gives Duski a very early, decent start. And remind you, this map is 4 minutes. It's 4 minutes of a free mod of a stream pick, so 10,000 points is not that. It's quite huge.
I was gonna say that first miss was not a chain miss. I say that as a bunch more misses fall out. Yamfan now falling far behind in this free mod 1. Meanwhile, Duski still holding great egg and that full combo, running away with it right now. Again, this is a long map, so there is still a bit of chance, but with those chain misses, I think it might be a bit impossible at this point. Oh
no, oh no, oh no, Yamfan, no, bro, oh my god, bro just lost a 10,000 points from that knock luck from that stream, and if it wasn't over, it's already over.
It's like the final nail in the coffin, but Duski brought a nail gun instead and seals Yamfan 6 feet on the ground on this 3 mod 1.
Yeah, very good shot here, pick here from Duski. Like Bosch mentioned in the chat, I do believe this is hidden free this weekend. Quite hard rock, quite hidden favorite map. Only unless you knock lock, unfortunately. Alright, this is the few parts I would say a bit harder in terms of hidden. Only slightly a bit slowed down, and some of the more 1/3, 1/4 swaps, which could be slightly bit hard to read, but both of the players with the amount of hidden experience should be completely fine. You only have a chance to just knock lock in a stream, and I would say that's the devastating part for HD mostly. Other than that, it's really hidden favor map towards most players. Alright. Into the almost the last part of the map, we still have one final course left. The deal has been sealed, and as we see, and Duski gets an FC on this pick.
Very doable. It's gonna happen.
And despite being a bongo player, these 6 notes mono are not really giving any troubles. Very good play here from Duski. They're gonna be dropping tiny bit of an accuracy in the final sessions here, but still gonna be a very safe second point. And the HD2 definitely opens a gate for them.
Oh, that's a very hot score. Yeah, I mean, Duski had a little bit of wiggle room, even he does mess up a few, like 1 stream or 2 streams, it's probably still winnable. But yeah, Yamfan,
I think
-1 chain miss, minus that 1 chain miss, and we're talking about like a 950k score perhaps.
yeah, that miss was huge. That miss literally sealed the deal. That was like a 40 miss in a row. Now, Yamfan, I do believe they still have the speed picks, stuff like DT2. Actually, DT2 is kind of weird. It's more like no mod 3, no mod 5. I would say it's pretty good for Yamfan. But outside of those picks, I think he will kind of ran out as well, just like Duski. So after around 3 picks, I think this match will be in a very interesting positions. And of course, Muramasa is the next pick here from Yamfan.
Yeah, as expected, no mod 3, our speed pick 276, very spiky map. That's how I would describe it at least. We have 3 intense speed sections with a lot of recovery in between them. So not quite very stamina heavy, but more speed oriented in the literal just speed skill set wise, I guess. I don't know what I'm trying to. You get it.
Everyone in the chat gets it, you know? That's all it matters.
But yeah, maybe a bit combo gameable in the sense that if maybe Yamfan finds a miss in like one of the speed sections and Duski can combo through, it can net quite a few points. Especially
Look
for a
at this
map.
part right now. Honestly, Duski is also not too shabby as a speed player. He is more known as like I'd say more tech guy, but speed he should be quite decent on. I mean, he's still on the finish team, which kind of is all around in terms of everything else of like Hard Rock 2.
Yeah, we're gonna see Duski drop quite a decent amount of egg at the very start, and for map, I want to say it's pretty easy. We do expect the score margin to be not that far between for both players, between both players. Sorry. To hit the first PI, see all these long patterns coming in. Match still dictated completely by the accuracy. Yamfan coming out of that with 99.5%, but Duski a little bit left in the dust, 98%.
Still definitely comebackable with a single break from Yamfan, and you know, floor players can find some very random misses from time to time. Like last weekend, Yamfan did miss on a singular note on like no more one. So it could be the case here, and one single break can definitely be comebackable so far with only a 16,000 points difference. But Duski has to hone his accuracy from some of the more bursty sections, and as here he comes, another bursty sections over here. You're gonna see some 7 nooks, 9 nooks patterning and gets longer and longer. It could be quite difficult if you don't have the stamina engagement in this part.
Ooh. Yeah, Duski's built a little bit of accuracy up 0.5%. Meanwhile, Yamfan's still hovering around at 99.5, so the gap has closed in a sense, slightly.
It's gonna be a bit of a stamina recovery sessions here from both, but after this part, the map doesn't stop for the last 30% last 30%. We have a lot more 1/3 and 1/4 swap as well. Those can be rollable, but if you ain't comfortable on some of the snapping changes, it could definitely destroy your accuracies and combo. Here it comes. We're gonna see some 1/3 and 1/4 swaps and some longer density patternings, and the map doesn't stop after this part.
Alright, last section here. This part has the longest patterns in the map. Definitely a true test of speed, but both players passing with flying colors. No miss from Yamfan means no way for Duski back into this one. 20,000 points opening up.
You're gonna see the longest pattern in the entire map. Here it comes, both sides hit it, and that means it's gonna be it. Yamfan's gonna take another point off the board. Second point is tied 2-2 as expected as a speed map. Obviously, this is definitely one of the more breakpointable picks here, speed picks here for Yamfan. But still, Yamfan managed to close out with a very nice accuracy play here. Duski's pick, he says, hit and 2 on the board. Could be a bit risky, but I think it's still the best pick for Duski currently right now.
Again, kind of running out of picks, but you have to consider that Yamfan is probably never picking HD2, so Duski, you know, can probably just go for it. After all, I think you just want to avoid picking your opponent's picks, especially for a match that's going to be, in theory, pretty close. Ooh.
Having no more 6 should also be a pretty decent shot here for Duski, but instead he's gonna go for no mod 1, avoiding the HD2 currently.
Yeah, I think this one a bit higher skill cap. The highest SR in the pool, 6.91 stars. 220 BPM. A lot of finishers, but perhaps not a problem for DVK players. However, there is a lot of 1-6 and tough, kind of very bursty kind of normal Nomad 1 stuff, I guess. 1-4 plus 1-6, very bursty. See how Duski can handle it. See if he can prove this pick right now.
Yeah, a lot higher. I would say this is a lot less DBKK favor than last weekend, but still, because of some of the more mono patternings. But of course, we need to talk about like highest speed tag and highest BPM tag, and with some of the more weighted colors as well, it still definitely gives some troubles here for some KDK players, especially these finishers. This map has loads of finishers that could be tricky towards players, and look at those 160 here, and already Yamfan dropping number of 100s on some of those thirsty patternings.
Yeah, neck and neck between both players. Yamfan pulling slightly ahead. I say that as I mean, it's flickering back and forth. Both players had actually the exact same act. I think looks like Yamfan dropped a few finishers. I don't know if that's really gonna matter a lot. We'll see. As a hard part comes and Yamfan's gonna find the first miss of the map.
Yeah, these finishers could be difficult as well if Yamfan was above in terms of accuracy, but lower score than Duski. But now it doesn't matter as the map really spikes up in these sessions. And on to the break, Duski knows he is in the lead if they turn on the scoreboard.
Yeah, act is so strong from Duski, holding a 1% act lead.
Yeah, after this sessions, after this build-up sessions, we're back to another hard session here. After this stream, Duski made the break. That's a huge break. Now Yamfan has a chance to come back. Oh my goodness. It's a neck-and-neck tight match right now, but I think Duski was up right too above in terms of accuracy, but he dropped so much on that sessions. Now Yamfan's back on the lead on to the final PI of the map. It's still flicking points left and right, but I think Yamfan's still just a tiny bit enough of advantage to take this in the lead.
Does he have it? He drops a bit of ag! It's only once to the end, but Duski finds a miss, and that's the final nail in the coffin, unless...
It's not over just yet. There is still hard finisher part, and we do see Yamfan was struggling slightly bit on the finishers. It could be coming down to this last part here. Last 10% of the map. Could Yamfan hold it on? He dropped a bit of a finisher, but I don't think he dropped a miss. But it's not enough. Yamfan's gonna barely scrape by, missing in the end. Thankfully, his miss was clean, and that's all it takes to break a point from Duski here. 3-2.
Duski with the self-admission, that choke is unfortunate. I believe it was a very normal stream there that Duski finds a miss on. And that's unfortunately going to be the first breakpoint of the match to Yamfan.
And yeah, now going for double time one pick here for Yamfan. I think that's still a pretty good selection here, going for an accuracy pick, and we finally see it, the OD8 map of the pool, the accuracy map of the pool, and this is gonna be rough for Duski.
Yeah, this map is a pretty binary map, I'd say. I mean, you have the people that can't play and the people that can, and maybe in the people that can have those who can act and who can't act, but
yeah, some people may think it's one of the easier maps of the pool. Some may think it's the hardest map of the entire pool by quite a bit.
I don't think anyone's saying this is the medium map of the pool. I don't think those two exist.
Yeah.
Very popular. People loved it because
It's like it's only 5 or 9 star, 190 BPM. It's only streams. There's no 160ness now. It's just your complete accuracy pick of the pool. And he's a very evil pick.
Yeah, complaints from Duski, so already not looking too good, but we'll see. Miracles do
Yeah,
happen.
This might not be the map for them. I have no idea what happened to Yamfan, but ODX does that to you. You instantly die in terms of accuracy at the start of the map if you're not prepared. He should be picking back up just fine, but for now, he needs way more drop here from Duski.
I mean, things still looking good for Duski's far. Yamfan, despite the early... Oh, okay, that's a miss from Duski. I was gonna say that despite that early hundreds, Yamfan still dropping sufficiently enough hundreds to keep Duski in the lead.
Yeah, this is the art of this pick. Even if you miss, you are still winning the map. It's all come down to your accuracy. But with Duski dropping numbers of 100, it could definitely flip that course down into the middle. Everyone is back to square one. No one has any advantage.
Long stream here, and Duski drops a lot of egg, and now Yamfan, who's slightly ahead, get another pretty long map here. 10,000 points might be quite a decent amount.
Yeah, suddenly it was looking very good for Duski in the start, but after that long stream there, it goes back to Yamfan.
Offhand,
20,000 points in the lead for Yamfan, and that is a pretty safe lead for now.
we've seen Yamfan miss, and Duski's praying that another one happens. Oh! And I may have cursed him. Yamfan does find that miss, and Duski with strong combo can try to pull this back. Oh!
It's a mono! Oh, that's a perfect opportunity for Duski, but here comes an evil stream. He keeps it the FC, but he dropped so many accuracy. It's now back to Yamfan's advantage. He needs a little break from Yamfan, but he finds a miss.
And yeah, now Yamfan pulling a hit. The one with the combo cap now. Lead 40k and still growing.
Final part of the map, we are on to the final core section. And that could be it.
Shane getting to both these players, dropping a lot of egg on these quote-unquote simple streams.
It's not simple. It looks simple, but it's actually very rough to play, especially with how long the map is. And this could be it. That's it. Yamfan consolidate breakpoint 190 100s, but this is what happens when you come to OD 11 map. And that is a 4-2-2 in favor of Yamfan. Next pick from Duski. I do believe they still have HD2 pick. I'm kind of surprised they go for no more won the last pick, but there was a chance.
Alright. What will we see? Yeah.
I think no more 6 and HD2. Pretty sure those are the two best picks left for Duski. He could go for Fremont as well to Fremont 2 as well to make Yamfan play either 240 Hard Rock or 180 hidden. 160 hidden. Yamfan saying that he is never gonna be playing mobile phone.
Some players survive just being one pick down the whole time.
Very popular. People loved it because
Let's see what Duski choose. Again, hidden 2 and 3 Mark 2 should be the best pick left. I do believe Yamfan has a chance to go for every other no mob pick, possibly DT2. Well, I guess we're gonna be seeing HD2 right now. It's a silent song.
Silent song.
It's not silent at all, it's very loud.
Yeah.
OD7.2, 243 BPM. However, the middle section, there's the 140 section that is very difficult to hit, that some players really struggle on the slow part, and it could be depend on that slow part. Other than that, mostly speed part, which Duski kinda struggles on some of the speed parts. So it's all down to the slow how much the slow part kills Yamfan and how much the speed part kills Duski. So a very interesting pick here for the two.
Yeah. But at least like from how he's on 3-1, I do think Duski can probably read the denser HD part. Maybe the mechanics might be a slight problem, but probably not. Yeah, no, the streams are kind of long, but like not like long. Like 17 notes max, I wanna say.
I'll come there. We'll see. I think Yamfan can definitely hold on the rest of the part, just not the slow part. But however, at the start of the map, Duski stick the landing the best. Stick the landing currently the best. Starting off with a lot higher accuracy, just like Yamfan has been on most of the picks currently. DT start with a very slow start, and same for current map.
Yeah, even on these dense sections, looks like Yamfan's dropping a decent amount of accuracy. Just giving Duski a little bit of space.
Alright, a bit of a slowdown section that we give a bit of breather room from players, but after this part, we're gonna get some longer stream right here. All players holding them just fine, and here comes the hard part of the map. Duski did drop quite a number of 100s, but this low part will be deciding who is in the lead right after this. Here comes the
check.
1-8.
Oh, okay. I don't want to say 1/3. I meant so part check.
Sure.
Oh,
Oh!
Yamfan will break twice. There are 2 longer chains. And this gives Duski a lot of breathing room now, 33,000. Still, that can evaporate in mere seconds at 1 chain miss.
Especially the stream sessions after this break here. A bit of a 1-foot right before it, Duski gonna drop all 4 ninjas, but it doesn't gonna matter as long as you hold on to FC. But here it comes the speed part, where the stamina part, where Duski could drop, because this is the part he's worried about, and I think Yamfan has enough mechanics to destroy this session. Alright, here comes the longer stream.
Oh, he takes the landing. 30,000 point lead, not moving.
There's one more though upcoming. Here it comes. He holds it. Okay, this could be a Duski lead. He just has to not fumble the last low part. This is I don't think Yamfan has enough to come back from.
BPM change! Oh, trips out Yamfan. And I think that has to be it. Just a quarter map left to go.
Yeah, this part, we will be having a bit more 1 PSV, but a lot more damage coming to other slow sections. Duski able to read it, so does Yamfan, but he drops loads more accuracy. Here comes a hard part, this could be the decider. That's it, Yamfan is gone, couldn't hit a PKK session, and that is going to be Duski locking in the third point, and he needs to find a break point from Yamfan. Pretty much it. There's still one more speed sessions, but I don't think it's gonna be a decider.
Fast SV. Ducky does find a miss, but it's a 70,000 point difference.
Yeah, Yamfan basically got cooked in the slow sections. Unfortunately, both players basically dropped in right at the slow section, 664 and 667.
Yeah.
Duski takes the third point. It's now Yamfan's pick. He does have some of the more attacky stuff, but I think Duski is also pretty good at attacky stuff. So his only chance may be No Mod 5 and DT2, which is speed tech style. Pretty sure he's gonna avoid rapid picks up.
This match far from over. DT2 is up and will be picked. Alright.
Alright, there we go. I think it's a pretty good selection for Yamfan. However, I think Duski can still do quite decently in terms of these like bit more finger control rather than your regular stamina speed pick. A lot more finger control stuff. I can see Duski did decent on them, but it's actually not been so nice. So could be said about Yamfan though, which Yamfan is also more of your regular speed stream player, not really when it comes to like these accuracy demanding doublets and even patterning. A very funny Oni, but it's not technically not an Oni pick.
Oh, okay. I mean, Duski doesn't have to win this one. Can get a break point off of Yamfan's next pick if we get to there. But getting this break point now would be nice. Can even afford not going to tiebreaker. So we will see, does Duski have what it takes to take this DT2 off of Yamfan?
At the start of the map, not the best start for both sides. Duski a very early break, but this is where you should miss. You should miss. You're missing the lead scores.
Ooh. Yeah, Duski, despite that early miss, still coming out with a lead. You know, those early misses don't really affect your combo too much. And so Duski with the 1%, maybe even 1.5% ag lead right now with the 5,000 point lead.
Yeah, the combo difference is not really meaning much. Especially when it comes to double time, it's a lot more accuracy dependent. There goes Yamfan's combo, and Duski is starting to run away on their opponent's pick. It could be back to square one after this. 20,000 points difference is looking very good for Duski.
Yeah, those weird rhythms catching off Yamfan. This break here. Don't get nervous.
Alright, here comes a wrap. Envelope wrapping. And this is a pretty difficult session with loads of doublets, and both players actually hold on that doublet Sam very well. Yeah, some of the more doublets gonna be keep hitting in this session, hard patterning as well, and both sides hold it. And after this part, we'll be on to the easiest chorus, which here it comes right after this. Okay, there we go. Both players should be safe for next 200 combo. It should not be dropping any misses, but because of Yamfan also not dropping any misses, he's actually closing it in terms of accuracy with Duski. It's all on this part. It has a hot pattern.
8 notes, and Duski finds a miss. And the score lead is dwindling. Yamfan is coming back. As long as Yamfan can hold on to this accuracy. Oh, then the break! The break! 130 combo to 786, but with a 4,000 score lead, can you possibly hold on to this? Find that breakpoint.
Your game break, yeah, that's a pretty much a your game break moment where you get the most closest score possible in the break sessions. And this slow sessions, Yamfan so many much, but he lost the best Duski, and that's the back to Yamfan. Another break here for Duski.
Yamfan finds a miss as well. But Duski dropped a little bit of egg. It's all gonna come down to egg. Yamfan drops a little bit of egg. It's down to this intro, 6,000 points. Any 100 counts. Yamfan finds a miss!
Yamfan, oh my goodness! Missing right at the end and gives the lead back to Duski. One miss at the start, the other miss at the end, and that 29 points, it's gonna haunt Yamfan back to square one, 4-4 tied, and that is still one very good pick for Duski. However, we couldn't say the same for Yamfan. You meme.
I'm in shock.
Well, that's fast of 2.5, and we will at least see 2 more maps in the pool. And I'm gonna say the rest of the pool has actually quite benefit towards Duski. Outside of the FL pick, did Yamfan practice the FL? Because FL is technically another hard rock map, and I can see Yamfan just go for it if he actually practiced well enough. However, he has to first suffer a Duski pick, which is 3 more 2, and I think that's the best pick for Duski, forcing the other player to just go for either hidden or hard. And looking at Yamfan's hard reading stuff, it's not really a strong point.
Yeah, Duski also knows. I already mentioned before on picking this stream out too, so it will probably come through.
Alright, how good is Yamfan on this map? I think this map on hidden is quite hard to read. Hard rock is also really hard to read. Which one is he gonna go for? Does he drop on the mono patterning as much as Yamfan dropping on his reading sections? It's gonna be another very close round, I think.
Alright, Yamfan already says it's possible for HD and probably HR. We'll see. I'm predicting HD versus HR for this one, most likely.
Yeah, Yamfan is not really one, he's not a tag player, and usually when non-tag players put on hidden, if he's also not that good at hidden as well, it's kind of suffering for his HD. So I'm pretty sure Yamfan's gonna go for hard rock. However, he also has to suffer the 240 burst sections, and there is 4 of them. Alright, here it goes. The mono will give a bit of actually trouble, but I can see actually this if he locks it in.
Yeah, also quite a little bit of additional difficulty for hard rock in terms of the OD, which can be quite nasty on a 160 BPM tech map. For these 1/8s. That being said, this Yamfan with the slight accuracy lead for now.
Here it comes. Ooh. He is holding it in. Okay, he got it.
Yeah, instead it's Duski finding those hundreds on those monos.
Oh, he got it. The full up power.
Oh, does find a pretty random miss though. And again, this does open things up for Duski, and that's a lot of misses from Yamfan. And that's the lead flipping right over 20,000 points now for Duski.
Yep, have the third hard rock session coming up here. He barely holds it. You can see he is not reading correctly on some of the patterns, and the miss comes right in again. Duski with a FC steal. Like I mentioned, he won't have the best accuracy, but FCing this, Duski can definitely lock in an FC. We have a bit of a slow sessions. After this, we're gonna be on to some 180 to 200 BPM tech, and I do believe Duski can lock it just fine. After that, we have some slowdowns and speed up, but Yamfan needs way more miss of Duski.
Yeah. Doesn't really feel comebackable now. 75,000 points, and Duski not finding a single mistake here on this 3 mod 2. Almost hit 1.
Yes, seemingly Duski is just a better mod player, able to at least put an XG on all the 3 mods and FCs them, and this is pretty much it. Not missing on the mono, the hardest XG part. Look at Duski go. He FCs it, that's pretty much it. No more hot parts left for hidden. And 1 hot part left for Yamfan, and he clears it out. That is going to be a very good FC of Duski, 920k from Yamfan. 5-4. The time has changed. Duski is in the lead.
Yeah. But it is Yamfan's turn to pick and force tiebreaker.
Yeah, I think flashlight, if he practice it. If not, no more 5.
No more 5.
Other than that, I don't think the other 2 pickers are good for Yamfan. Number 2 is too tech. He
Number
picks it.
2, oh.
He's not going for flashlight. He's not going for a combo game. And he's going for a tech game. And this might not be a good sign because I can see Duski FCing this. He can FC some pretty decently hard tech stuff. I would say he's definitely more of a tech guy than like a speed or stream guy. And this is kind of something he's pretty good at. And not too sure about Yamfan. He can definitely use his mechanics to deal with the hard patterns, but how much you can done with some of those hard patterns and technical stuff. We'll be finding out, can Yamfan get a W after this? And if it does get a W, we'll be on to a tiebreaker.
Those 29 points could have decided the match. For now, we gotta focus on
no.
4-2-1. Rec 4-2-1 to be precise. Yeah, a decently long map. I think most of the difficulty kind of comes at towards the end of the map. Oh well, in the middle of the map, I guess. Because that outro is like hella long.
And there's a lot of like offhand 160 up with swing at the last part of the map. We still have a bit of a numbers of offhand 160 in the sessions, but for me personally, because they are slow SV enough, they are pretty readable. You might get some accuracy, but you can definitely prevent combo misses on this part.
A little bit of egg drop for Yamfan, and now Duski signing at lead.
Yeah, this is some chill sessions where after this part we'll get 1 speed of patterning, and after that we'll be on to another slowdown session with the Ki, and those are the sessions where you should be farming your accuracy as high as possible and not finding a break. Alright, after this we'll have 1 speed of chain, and then we'll be on to the Ki where the SV slowdown. Both sides hit it. Okay, there we go. There should be the save 100 points, 100 combo for both players. Okay, maybe I should not say anything. Bo missed on the offhand 1-6. And unfortunately with that curse from Yamfan.
Oh, the skill to fight the miss! Yamfan also fight the miss! I mean, it's far from over, but How's Yamfan gonna come back at 25,000 deficit?
I think it's comebackable. It's just only one miss difference. But yeah, Duski is holding a very good accuracy lead. Like I mentioned, he is an attack player, and this is his type of stuff. Look at his accuracy go even better than some of the other maps that we have seen so far. And he just has to prevent another random drop here from the finishers. You should be getting this W.
Yeah, running out of time here for Yamfan. And those misses aren't gonna help at all. And that might be it. Duski 50,000 points of lead, running away with it here on this quarterfinal match.
There's a bit of a cat mono spam in the final 20% of the map, but how much we get be a decider, and especially with a couple of misses from Yamfan doesn't help. Missing on the 160-18 again, and missing again with the SB is looking very weird for Yamfan's journey in Renaissance Cup. It could be deciding at the end of this swing sessions, but I don't think Duski is missing enough to give back the lead to Yamfan. And that's pretty much it, with a final now in the coffin break on a 1-6 happening offhand from Yamfan. Duski finally finds a drop, but damage has been done, and what a good match between these two. Those 29 points could definitely decide the outcome, and that is going to be a 6-4 in favor for Duski. Very great match from both of these players.
GG, well played. And Duski will come ahead in this, maybe in a quote-unquote upset, I guess. It was gonna be close either way.
Yeah, it's a seeding upset, but for me, it's not exactly an upset either. I do believe Duski just has slightly bit more experience on, especially with the amount of the mod it takes. I'm not surprised that he will be the one moving on forward, and he's gonna be facing a lot, I would say, a tougher opponent right after this. Which, congratulations to Duski, and thanks for Yamfan for playing this. And he did quite well in the qualifiers, but unfortunately, I would say he faced up against two pretty good early to mid stage player, Gundam and Duski. One's in the winners bracket and one's in the lower bracket. Unfortunately, that is going to be sitting to deal for Yamfan's journey in this tournament, and Duski will be moving on forward to face against Never tomorrow. And that is gonna be a hard match for Duski.
Alright, I'm gonna probably double check the schedules. I believe our next match should be at 15 UTC. Yeah.
Yes.
Arjun versus Alaya.
And a very good match, I do believe, upcoming if Arjun actually practice. The pool did get a lot harder, where Alaya it's definitely a bit more favored when it comes to harder pools. But Arjun with the mental of steel, can he go up against Alaya in the upcoming match here in 53 minutes? And it has been a very entertaining match here. Name's Yongin.
Yup, and I'm GT. Good night. Oh, good night. See you later.
It's good night for us. Goodbye.
Yeah, bye bye.